Hi, everybody! I'm gonna say the catchphrase that I always say before making every video, which is, it's been a long time, and I apologize for that. And I also realize I say all the time, but I feel like by telling you that, it's gonna make you notice it even more. Um, like I always say as well, I don't actually remember the last thing that I talked to you guys about. But what has happened, I know since the last time I updated you, was that I got a call from casting informing me that starting, I think it's Sunday, this upcoming Sunday, I will be a full-time cast member, which is a big deal. It's very exciting. I, technically this entire time since I've been here, have been part-time, though I think technically I've been working full-time hours. The way that Disney kind of breaks things up and works with things, I have been part-time. So, with going full-time, that requires now full availability, which makes me a little bit nervous. I have had the past 3 days off. Normally, I give Disney 4 days a week, and then 3 days I say that I'm unavailable. Technically I'm not, but I do that just so I can have days off to go to the bank, go grocery shopping, all that kind of stuff. And then I usually pick up a shift on the, to make it 5 days in a weekend. However, that is now a luxury I do not have. So this past week I just kept my 3 days off and was like, I'm just gonna savor this while I can. However, Disney has called every single day asking me to come in, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to savor my time of freedom because I won't have it. Starting tomorrow, I work the next 7 days in a row, and then I'm sure it would have been more, but originally I was going to go on vacation with my family, and then because I'm the matron of honor in my cousin's wedding coming up, taking off for 2 weeks and then not making money and then paying for flights would just be too expensive, so I had to pick one or the other, and obviously I'm going to pick her wedding. So I had 4 days requested off, so that's the only reason I'm not working more than 7 days in a row. So I'm excited because Eli and I finally get to have a date, a time to be together, because he works 2 jobs. He works at Disney and then he works somewhere else. So he works 7 days a week, so he never has a day off. And so it never lines up. Eli just put in his 2 weeks notice with Disney yesterday, because he's gotten, I think, a couple different promotions by now over at his other job, and they kind of need him full time, and I do think he enjoys that a little bit more than working at Disney, though I know he likes it. Sorry, he's texting me, and I know he's on his break, which means he can't, I told him I wanted Buffalo Wild Wings for dinner, and he doesn't get off till pretty late, and I work early, so he's like, do you want to go get it first? I'm like, you're gonna be late, eating regardless. Sorry, all this is super rude, but he's on a break, and so I'm afraid he won't be able to. Okay, my hair is so long that I'm shedding everywhere, and it's really actually disgusting to me. I get hair caught in my wedding ring, which is, horrible. But yeah, so Eli and I get to have a date day. So we're gonna I think we're doing dinner at the Coral Reef restaurant, which is in Epcot, and we've eaten there before, but it was before we lived here and moved here, so it's been a while, and we loved it, and it's in the seas, so the whole wall is an aquarium, which I feel kind of bad because you're eating seafood, and then you're just like, hey. Yeah, so it's kind of mean. But Eli works at the seas. He also ended up getting cross-trained at Test Track as well, which we call his big boy ride. So he did that, but he just, like I said, put in his 2 weeks, so I will be the only Disney cast member in the family. What else has been going on? There's also a fly in here, so if you see me doing this, it's because he's starting to get on my nerves. I think he flew in my eyeball this morning. I think that's what woke me up. I was like, ew, I think there's a bug in my eye. So yeah, honestly, the biggest piece of news is just going full time. I'm a little bit worried about the full availability thing. I'm a little worried that it'll turn into what my college program was, which was just getting worked into the ground. But the way I figure it, there's a lot of opportunities I feel that I am more likely to be offered if I'm full time. And there are people who have been on the full time list for years. There have been people who have been on the full time list and never gotten it. And I know people that have been on it longer than me and are trained in more than me, and they did not get the phone call, and I did. And so it's kind of a bit, I feel like it is sort of a big thing. So I'm very grateful. Eli and I were sort of thinking about moving. We got a letter from our apartment complex saying that our rent was going to go up by like $100 a month, which is, don't even get me started. It's ridiculous. So we were even thinking about, I mean, like, if we're going to move, I mean, do we even just leave Orlando? I mean, what do we want out of our lives? What do we, because, I mean, newsflash, you don't get paid a lot here. So, I mean, we're not saving anything, So in the middle of this discussion of, like, what do we want to do? Where do we go? Disney called with this, and we just thought, we have the rest of our lives to settle down. We have the rest of our lives to have an office job, which I miss. So I definitely want to put everything into Disney while I'm here and try to get every opportunity I can, try to be trained in anything that I can. So I just don't know if it feels like we're done here yet. So I definitely want to go ahead and try with this full-time thing. So hopefully it'll be exciting. Hopefully there'll be more opportunities. Because I'm not going to be able to do this forever. I mean, my body just cannot handle it. But I'm enjoying it right now, and I'm enjoying what it is that I do, and I'm enjoying the people that I work with, and so that's definitely good. I'm not enjoying this weather right now. Yesterday the heat index was like 117. Oh, I'm ready for Halloween, which is funny because I see. I just, every time I get angry, I feel like Donald. But I'm ready for Halloween. I never celebrated Halloween growing up, but it's one of my favorite times at Disney because, like, the weather's nice, and I love fall, and so I feel like it's more like fall than it is Halloween, and I love it. So I'm already ready for it, even though we're still in the beginning of summer. I'm also ready for Star Wars weekends to be over, y'all. I mean, I hung out with Jedi Mickey. He great and all, but, like, I'm sure it's just, there are too many people. It's just like, all y'all gotta go. But it has been really fun. It's just, it lasts over a month, essentially. So, plus I feel like if I knew a lot about Star Wars, it would be different, but I don't. Probably should. I tried watching the Clone Wars, because that's, like, the only thing I think that's on Netflix, and we don't own any of the other ones. So I was, like, watching and I couldn't do it. So, sorry. I know I have a lot of people on here that really like Star Wars. Eli loves it. I just don't know a lot about it. One day I'll get educated. One day I'll get on it. But yeah, so that's basically what's going on here. I feel like I've rambled long enough. But yeah, happy 81st birthday to my favorite ducky butt. Donald Duck is 81 today. So I felt like that was a good day to stop and make an update before everything gets sort of crazy. So hopefully it won't be super, super long before I update you. But know that it probably will be. But yes, I am alive, I am here, and now I am a full-time cast member. So hello from Orlando, from me, and this stupid fly.